captain to the planet. I'm here to talk to you about UnidekTV. Please subscribe to UnidekTV. Subscribe.
Sarkodie yiri no nie. Samoje nso ekokwa a onye kokwa use no we use no ho. So owuro no ho no gina ho a ne ho kales ubehu use no we use no ho.
By the UnidekTV so send any dikia when you say with my subscribe or like and if you comment no share dem UnidekTV busan for na obi tu atwi Sarkodie yere Tracy ogusa do busan for one Kevin Taylor nyasam ketua o hwe ono an picture na da screen so busan for nyasam ketua busan for na Sarkodie yere ekotwero nse bi edit Twitter X now known as X formerly near Twitter busan for some of tro no and so na da o screen so wo hwe na just say or Tema port once and some say Mampani John Mahama, His Excellency former president or Tom Port no na for and some abano nyasam keto omudi ndrobia ba a say clear na aldan for we hwa gusu esi port over 1 year ni ndrori en clear eno ana Kevin Taylor say we introduction busan for yankwohwe na afi yankoti mra subscribe like comment share fama UnidekTV na nsam no edoso pa Kevin Taylor ne bufu introduction ni yanko hwe na afi nkoti embra
Sarkodie yiri no nie samoje nso ekokwa a onye kokwa use no we use no ho so owuro no ho no gina ho a ne ho kales ubehu use no we use no ho girl we say friend Tracy ne yiri ne kunu ene Sarkodie ya ware ne de na tena dem se bentoa on shada ni anything any intelligence bia to analyze issue. The only thing I kind say ebia obebu magi cube no kind instructions I won't say we are expire and I say expire. That is her level, her highest level of intelligence. Wabetro nyoma e social media, Twitter. Because the new kunu ye no. And no be na esi ano because of greed no kwasi asem she wants to toe the same line. But at this point, we have no option to respond to daft, foolish, homegrown slaves from who ayire. We need to respond to them. Into plantain chips way about Twitter, and this is what she wrote. On Wankasa air tachi the video today a seminar esino. That means she knows what she's doing. Her level of intelligence does not get to this level. Why not gonna say use the Twitter to misinform or disinform Ghanaians? We are very, very serious here. We are not talking about musician wives. We are not talking about wives. We are not talking about women whose main work is to open hunger and serve ignorant tribal bigots. No, we are talking about real Ghanaian issues. Now, when Obetroye, or say Freddy Tracy, Owusuado, tie, Brofo Troye, government stake in the Tema port is currently only 15%. We do not have a say in what happens at our port since 2014. So she was stating dates and percentages. Into Odim the Oka. Okureni must say it is owned by French billionaire Baloa, who owns 17 other ports in West Africa. Read more here. So she is telling you, so Akonya article be, and you know that article was an article orchestrated by the NPP when they were in opposition. The person who even wrote the article to date has not been able to come and respond to questions that were posed to him. Now this guy goes to pick and tells Ghana for say, oh, in Runa Aka port, it is because 2014, no, John Mahama ni NDC for Aton Tema port, no. Look at this. And she goes there and she goes and exhibit her black ass ignorance. Netotum nenumko abejina Twitter. It was from 2014, no, NDC for Aton port, no, Tema port, no, expansion, the expanded one, no, NDC for Aton, in Runa port, maybe emblem kufuado. Memi emblemu aban na emom yemblemu ni kuru Jimmy for na party na omoteso na and because of their foolish carelessness, stupidity and ignorance no yemma nkofo nwuni nti meme yemblemu aban no yenko blemu 2014 we mo tete no omochi kosua wo kwan ho na nka yakobo jantra yeba no na ya ma omachi kosua miensa ye wi na nka yato lax ne de acha omo. You see the foolishness they are exhibiting. Nitutum nenim ko eno tetwe da keka nkwasi asem. No fact, misleading Ghanaians. Abanye di nkwasi asem na ye chire mu, ye ka no krama aban aye de ye no. Why netutum se aman alata semina. And we use nenim no tetwe ta keka nkwasi asem because ni kunu sa illegal drugs na ni kunu ye de kwa aburu chire ba no. And it's unquasiade no modern Ghana na MPP so opportunity. Or says she can do she can do politics, misinform people.
For story we no watch UTV TV3 so you say Tema happen say ya torn there and there one evidence upon evidence. Young Koshe na for Yankuti and Oswede. Embra, we are part 2, Kevin Taylor. What destroy no, Bushavoya Yezu, Sarkodie and wife. Yasam Kitokra, but so politics. Young Koshe no Sumbra.
See, Mama Kabi Bincho. The Tema port expansion, a Jumane Ohono, it started way back JJ Rawlings' time. And I've done this episode. And then I'm saying, Abronya na nimsa ponchibi estati and wankasa who so omuni enough information. Omuntuminya jandama, omunina ira no. And there, Sagele and the tutum se alata semina. What you see the nimse ayadian, Burkina Faso, Nenchiebino, I bet now say, or no na ebe misinforming call for. Now in 20 all the way back, na JJ Rawlings air president. And na onya adwin bi say Tema port na Kwame Nkrumah ye no. Isa. And that Beth, baby a ship in the park no. I will say you BM. Na eye kese mo sene be a ship akese beba. JJ Rawlings the first adwin na nche. And na JJ Rawlings aye den e free abemu. JJ Rawlings free abemu akofo buy from 2004 all the way to time akofo so etna abemu. Ekopim say akofo e free abemu no. What happened was that J.A. Kufuor, what he did was that Okofa company you from MPS buy. MPS company ya and the port no omo no manage no sebio omo no siye omo no manage omo ni Ghana manage bom no J.A. Kufuor time J.A. Kufuor by na JJ Rawlings I blueprint na to and on Wakofa MPS by say omo pese omo ni MPS and negotiate Kufuor and negotiate 20 years deal and Kufuor the to 20 years say MPS for nemra na sebio omo embra na ye ni Ghana for yemfa ye sika nsi na 20 years no MPS for no enra ne port no emu wa na Kufuor e free abamu enti Kufuor free abamu no ena de Atamils bae no eno behu say sa deal na Kufuor ne MPS for ko no it was a bad deal enti Atamils bae no eno ye na you say no Kufuor deal na ojato what 2009 from 2004 to 2009 no Atamils realized say it was sell more then they need to renegotiate this because project way is a massive project. Now when Atamils say omo eba be start na e dey Atamils so nyameto ne safre no tie o sha kitchen o cheji diaper na bofa otirima be keka nkwase asem otota wo use we ni use to kan ofui wo di jimi na mo de Ghana mmoa 2012 Atamils were Mahama buying on okay, so you know something. Let me look at this thing again because this thing has been existing, government upon government. It's Mahama buying or say this is a huge contract. Ghana in our position, we cannot raise the money to do what? To construct this port. And what John Mahama did was that he sat with the MPS for and renegotiated and said, you know something? So our contract somebody in Council sign, you say a Sasha contract and this time, what is going to happen is Ghana buy will not contribute a dime. What is going to happen is your friend be BOT, build, operate, and then transfer. So John Mahama a company no catch them say, hey, we are not going to spend a dime. Even though we want to expand our Tema port, make it bigger with other projects connected to it, the Ghana government is not going to put a dime in. And that John Mahama catch the MPS for and say, go all the way to wherever your financiers are. Go and raise money. When you raise that money, bring that money back and build that port. Now, when you build that port, your friend be bets, any baby a ship in a packet. Now, the bigger your bets, and a chest ship packet, see a pack. Now, Ghana Port and Harbour Authority, no more running a old Kwame Nkrumah Tema port, Into na better or nususa na bear 4. Now what happened was a year MPS fought by and we see the bigger one. Into at that point, what was happening was a year the small port and the big port were all working. What happened was into I was say omomukofa sa sikano eba no. They have to say also they need to recoup back their investment. Because the negotiation John Mahama negotiated with them was that if you bring this amount of money and you are able to build this on Ghana land to belong to Ghana no matter the years, what is going to happen is you are going to run this sport hand to hand, and I say in conjunction. When Ghana Port and Harbour and Mumbai run airport way into Motimokano, na Ghana sorting and fast till say Mobatimoke yes, the same time we are making the profit then you walk. So as we sit in Ghana today, the Ghana Port and Harbour and MPS, they are running the new and old Tema port. And Ghana as a country, we are making profit. They are also taking out their money that they invested until they until they exhaust their money, we are still going to do business with them the same way. Any idea Kotoka International Airport? There are so many deals at Mahama signing here. The companies brought their own money to take care of the project. In the then a cocoa way to meet na Twitter. Now fe odane no beka say uni bibi from 2014 ya ton Ghana port no the ama company bi wajimi politics ne yo enye mo a ahye ene ye nia wa ha enye makeup enye de use ne ye use ye to ho eye politics enye omo madwene mu do enti wey ebetena Twitter and obe posti san kwasi asewe because she feels say oya MPP ni into oba be mislead the Ghana for the same way anukunu kromfo na abodwo sa ponchi bia ofri China Sarkodie 2014 15 16 eya nkwasi politics de the tribal party ni ba power no she thinks says she can do the same thing san kwasi ade we na o say stopping no now mama the history. When John Mahama was in office 2014 15 16 the new Tema port expansion. Now these are the records.
Starting with, President Mahama has cut sword for the commencement of the $1.5 billion Tema port expansion project. Now the project is expected to make it the leading seaport in Africa while generating some 400,000 jobs.
The project, which is a joint partnership between the Meridian Port Services and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, is intended to open up the facility to enhance maritime trade. The expansion comes as the first major works after over 50 years of port existence. Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Richard Anamu, projected that the container traffic for the port will increase from the current 900,000 TEUs to 2.2 million TEUs. Managing Director of the Meridian Ports and Services, Mohammed Samara, was happy about the technology transfer and deployment of modern technologies to meet international standards.
We believe that after this massive upgrade and with its geographical advantage, Tema Port will indeed be positioned as the maritime hub for trade along the west coast of Africa.
President Mahama is elated that Tema Port will be more competitive to handle more trade.
The completion of this project will make Tema Port one of the most efficient ports with quickest turnaround times in the whole of Africa. The port will be able to handle vessels up to 360 meters long. The current port is able to handle vessels only up to 170 meters.
He also touched on the Tema Accra motorway expansion project.
As part of the expansion project, MPS will expand the Tema motorway into a 6-lane motorway, and it is expected that JICA will provide assistance to develop the Tema end of the motorway into an interchange.
The project, when completed in 2018, will accommodate more vessels.
So, we all saw it. It was a joint partnership. And today, Menoka say Ghana is making money out of the port. Now, moi na ye kind of brofo na ye dino. Mwanka samuchi media no eko.
Wachiremu asa dwumadi kese we no mfisha ene achi ena wo ebewie nanso first phase ne edie mfisha menu pepe no na wo wie ni nyina na wa bra Ghana mampanyin Dwondwamani Mahama ekasa no ena wodi etu edwase project no ebeboa ama 5,000 direct and indirect jobs aba e Tema Port no na woto aso ede etu edwa awochim ese public-private partnership no aida Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and after Meridian Port Services omo entem no ebebo yi papa ama adwuma mpinipin ya omo eye no port size no ebesa increase akwanimu emprenan said the etie ene dey no enitin aban ebehwe se dwumadi biara ekoso no ebetimi akoso ntentem netimi aboa ama port no akoso afanentampa ede efra.
Today marks another major milestone in the history of Ghana's maritime industry as we gather here to launch the biggest expansion in our history. The major corporate strategic direction for the GPHA has therefore been to build sustainable partnerships with the private sector to enhance efficiency in service delivery improve financial viability, and drive the modernization and development of our seaports.
Now, after that, an MOU was signed between the government, the NPS, with Ghana Port and Harbour, almost Ekahu, and this is what happened. Now, listen to what they said when they were signing the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding.
A second phase in investment in MPS and expanding the existing facility by adding more equipment and by adding more cranes to the quay wall, which will see us through the next 2 to 3 years. And at that ceremony, we were grateful to have the challenge from His Excellency the President to say, is this enough for how many years? We said 2 to 3 years. He said, what about the future? And then with Ray, we jumped into the port master plan, which was being developed.
Over the past few weeks, we locked ourselves into some major negotiations regarding the expansion of Tema ports. The whole idea was to see how we could implement our planned expansion, which will require the development of 4 new berths with a distance of about 1.4 kilometers of quay, dredging that we can bring in vessels 60 meters depth, a break, and then it's programmed that the entire project should be finished by 2018, all the 4 berths. Which is good for your excellency.
That will represent a development in the range of $1.5 billion. Your Excellency, this is the largest and will be the largest port development ever made in Africa to date. But the vision, your vision to have this and unlock the port, there is a lot of work to be done, and we need a lot of more cooperation, not only with GPHA, with Roads and Highway, and we need to really move this project forward. The shareholders are really excited. This is a lot of capacity, and it will be equipped with the latest of the latest. So for the shipping community and the shipping lines, I would say bring your big vessels from 2 years from now, and certainly we will handle it. Your Excellency, thank you very much.
Do you see this foolish girl, this trophy wives? Among Krunum we see them are Nomakobo Jantra, Baltimore, Bon 10, Bon 30, and Bronx. No baby onga so you see this thing come and sit on Twitter and write nonsense because Asama Banti, the foolish tribal energy naba, but onima dear or a daft Jimmy no about when you be 2024 or that you want to look fair, inferiority complex. You don't learn into inquasia politics. You heard your Mahama. He knows the roads in Ghana, all the roads. Now the question here is, if the port, Mumusa sa metutum menim call girl we Tracy we say eye John Mahama and the port no Emma eye balo say on fire. I don't know about umianam e catch Ghana for say or no port charges no or be present or better so. Na say port ne say eye bronidia. Adam yan kwasia for sa. I don't know about umianam catch Ghana for say or no or ba power or better port charges no so. Na port charges no say any port in Ghana for dia. I don't know about we catch better port charges so. And these are the foolish ones amongst us. More next time. When him gas say some minds of moba. What's raw tonwa be jina be kan kwasi asem Twitter. Mabodam. $700 million has gone to Bawumia Nekufuado. What have they done with it? Why is Bawumia telling you when it comes to power he will reduce the port charges? Port in India. Some will say Ayubronidia. I don't know moasa. Some questions we yes, we will send the hit to you. We will send the hit to your homes because Ghana ye. We will send the hit to your homes. Yabama amanfo tatamo. Because Ghana nyamu diawo nyina dia. So person your politics can no kre. But when you try to misinform and disinform, you better turn it no also. You will turn it on your husband and you let Ghanaians know what be obstacle be to the change Ghanaians want. You will go down before our democracy goes down. Until people should be very careful. Sarkodie, be very careful. Be careful. Don't be silly again next time. Because time I'll start to see asra. I don't want to spend too much time on you. You are just a chicken. We are tough reba. So be in your lane and stop the fooling. Mujimi na modititi Ghana wana politicians use say muano. People are serious. People want jobs. People want jobs. Ukurun kwasia estate no se betumi tweja tum. Ba bibinti inti san kwasia de ne twaso. Na cha obon mu. Na nua emoni anwa. Na akwa no kobo jantra mfa bi mbrɛ. Na wo de sa jimi ni ba table we so a you will not be happy.
For now, and the basic bidding DJ Saki subscribe, like, comment, share for my UnidekTV. Yaminkan.
You know, it's your boy Captain to the Planet. I'm here to talk to you about UnidekTV. Please subscribe to UnidekTV. Subscribe.